Start.
Hello, welcome to Bucky and Roland's Kitchen. It's January the 2nd, 2026, and I'm just going to give you a really quick tutorial on how to make really delicious croissant bread. It's pretty simple. So in this bowl, I have a very generous 4 cups of all-purpose bleached flour. And what I have here is what we're going to use to make the bread. I've got white sugar here. I've got salt here. It's not kosher salt. Kosher salt's better, but it's very expensive and it's hard to find. And I've got this. I like to use this type of yeast. It's quick rise Fleischmann's. Other people just use regular rise, but we're always in a hurry for this bread. So it's a really simple recipe made with ratios. So you've got the 4 cups, generous cups of flour, and we're using teaspoons. They're not going to be level. They're going to be slightly rounded, a little bit generous like the flour. So we need 2 teaspoons. And I sprinkle it all over to start the distribution process. 2 teaspoons of white sugar, granulated white sugar. You can omit the white sugar if you want to make focaccia. You don't have to have the white sugar, but it does help with this bread with flavor and enrichment. And here is 2 teaspoons of salt. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my whisk, and I want to make sure these are all combined thoroughly, because you don't want pockets of yeast or salt or sugar. You want to make sure everything is combined here. I'm shaking the bowl and I'm going around and around. Okay. I grew up in the day before electric beaters, where you used to have to beat something for 30 strokes. That was, or 300. Okay, that's it. What I have here is 2 cups of very warm water, and I have a half a cup of whole milk, and I have a 1/3 of a cup of melted butter. It's in fact clarified at this point, which means it's been separated from the milk fat. It is more of a lubricant when it's clarified, and the milk solids are what actually makes things burn. All right, so I'm going to add these all quickly. I'm going to add them around the outside. There's no panic in this situation, but you want to move fairly quickly around the outside and into the center. I've added the milk, and now I'm going to add the butter. I'm going to take my metal spoon. Every kitchen should have at least one of these. I'm shaking the bowl to encourage the distribution of the butter and the flour. And sometimes you have to have extra fluid on hand, and that can be in the way of water, milk, or even butter if you're so inclined. This dough is just a little bit dry, as you can see. It's not too dry, actually. I'm not sure I'm going to do anything to it. I think I might just leave it. I'm going to get my Parisian pastry scraper. Clean that off and clean the spoon off. You don't have to get your hands into anything. There's no kneading it whatsoever. And you're just going to use this to fold it over, and we're almost at the end of the process. Then what I do here, just make sure there's no dry flour, because it gets dry. All I'm going to do now is go over to the stove, get a little bit of the clarified butter that I like to keep on hand, lift this up just a little bit to prevent sticking. About a teaspoon, not too much. And then a little teaspoon on top. And if you have a pastry brush, you can just brush that along. And to finish up, I'm just going to cover it with a cloth. I preheat the oven for less than 1 minute. I get my cloth, a Christmas cloth with orange and green, the crazy colors, and that's it. And I'm going to put it in the oven to proof. Turn off the oven. It's been on for 1 minute. And then it goes. And there we have it. Step 1 finished.
Proof for how long? How long?
About 2 or 3 hours, till it's doubled in bulk. Depending on your oven, depending on your house. 2 to 3 hours. So it could be longer if you...
Okay, start speaking. It's on.
Hi. So, the magic of video. There we go. We've undressed the bread, the dough.
How long has it been sitting?
It's been sitting for, we finished it this morning. Now it's 4:30. It's had about 5.5, about 6 hours of rising. And it looks pretty good. So what we're going to do is that Roland has got over here, he's got his mixture, his tapenade with chopped black olives and stop it?
Just keep going.
Oh, okay. I was going to say Asiago, but it's pecorino cheese and black olives. And we're going to put that in the center of the strudel. So right now what I'm going to do is we're going to be making 2 pizzas and a strudel.
I don't think we have room for bread.
Yeah, we're not going to be making any bread.
Use a quarter for bread.
Do we even need to bother? I can make fresh bread tomorrow.
Yeah, use a quarter for bread.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to use a quarter for bread, and I'll just show you the basic bread technique. Okay, so I'm using this scraper. This dough is just beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to put it down because I'm going to walk over here, and I'm just going to get a little bit of butter that I'm going to put in the bottom of this baking pan, cake pan.
That's too close, yeah.
Get it for $2. Just put a little bit of butter on the bottom. We're going to be going for a second proof. And then I'm going to just take this piece of bread that I threw down, and I'm going to be making a ball with it. It's really simple. You pull up and pull under, you pull up and you pull under, pull up and you pull under. And you just go over and over and over and over. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's how simple it is. And then, I'm just going to let it sit. Then what I would do, even if I'd use that whole half, I'm going to cover it up and I'm going to put it back to let it proof again. That's going to take about an hour. There we go.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, when you're working with dough, you have to always consider what the intended purpose is. So, and you have to plan, that's the hardest thing. So right now what we're planning is we cut off a piece and we're using that as bread. It's probably going to be more like a huge Kaiser, but that doesn't matter. And what we're doing here is we're dividing the other half into 2 pieces, and one piece is going to be for a strudel, a savory strudel with olives and pecorino, and the other is going to be a sugar and cinnamon strudel. And these 2 pieces here are going to go towards the pizza. They're going to be baked in these pans as well. So that's eyeball it. You don't have to scale this stuff. It's about eyeballing it. We're supposed to be having fun here. Okay, so we're ready to start. Let's go.
Okay. Okay, now I'm going to, I've rolled out one of those doughs, about a quarter of it, or actually a third, and I've rolled that out. I'm going to pour some clarified butter on there, that's quite a bit, and spread that out. Spread that out evenly over the dough.
You're being generous with the butter.
Yes, I'm being generous with the butter. That's what makes it buttery.
And thorough with the spreading evenly and making sure it's absorbed. It's like the secret to a great sandwich is making sure that you've got not just the mayonnaise and the mustard all the way to the crust, but also the ham and the cheese and the filling. The whole sandwich bread has to be covered.
All right, and then just going to clean this spoon off, and I will start with the sugar, and it actually uses quite a bit of sugar, and don't be afraid of it. It actually takes quite a bit, and Mom knows that. She told me it actually takes a lot of sugar, and it'll be surprised. It seems like a lot of sugar, but it's actually not too sweet. Obviously trying to get it evenly distributed. I'm trying to get it to the edge. And I guess you can't really go too wrong because it actually can handle quite a bit of sugar.
I think we're at 15 tablespoons.
Is that right?
I was counting, but I lost track.
And I know Mom's probably watching this saying, oh, that's too much sugar. I don't know. That's enough.
Okay.
And I just like to drop it on like this with my fingers.
Dusting.
To dust it over top. Mom likes to mix the sugar, I think, with the cinnamon to make cinnamon sugar. And now
Rowan's going to start rolling the strudel. That's his basic technique.
And trying to roll it tight so there's not, when it bakes, you don't get a lot of space in the strudel.
Well, nice tight creates better layers.
Yeah. There you go. It's rolling up. And there we go. I'm just going to throw a little butter in there.
Put my thumb in this. That's pretty long. Put that against the rolling pin.
What do you mean?
Well, never mind. It's okay. I wanted to show how long it was, but that's okay.
And I'm going to drop it in here for further proving. And this will go in the oven.
He didn't cover his. You don't have to on the first one when you're proving it the second time.
Oh, actually, you want to...
And what we're going to do now is we're going to wash up a little bit, and then we're going to start the savory strudel. So now Roland's making the savory.
You not have it turned. You have to shoot it like that.
Why do I have to shoot it like my? Okay, every time I do that, my finger gets in it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, spread that out more. It's very intense. That's got to cover the whole thing. I love the color. Yeah, so Roland's, this is the savory strudel. It's made with pecorino, as I've repeated 3 times, and finely minced black olives, Greek, of course, and you can add a little bit of thyme or rosemary if you like. And we've got some...
Or garlic if you
or
like.
Or garlic, or some minced or grated shallots. And there we've got some nice unfiltered olive oil that we've used on the surface of this strudel, and we've used a little bit in the pan. And now Roland's going to show you his rolling up technique again, or
Yeah.
do you want to record that again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Which way do you want me to go? This way or this way?
Well, you went that way this time. Go the other
Go
way
this
this
way?
time. Yeah, go from the biggest end.
This way?
Yeah. Yeah. You can roll it up like this, and you can treat it like you would cinnamon buns. You could cut it into logs. It's one big log. You can cut it into individual pieces.
A little butter.
A little bit of olive oil already down there.
Oh, olive oil. Sorry. Okay.
It's okay.
Added butter and
Chef
olive oil.
interference, but that'll just make it better.
Fine. Okay.
Okay.
Another thing to go in the oven.
Another thing going in the oven. There we go.
That is the olive strudel. That is the cinnamon strudel.
Tell me how to take this.
That's my pizza, cheese pizza, and a little boule.
Take that first.
Bon appetit.